Coming at you from the OLR podcast studio.
It's really more of a basement.
Coming to you from the OLR basement studio.
But it's still a podcast.
Coming to you from the podcast basement studio.
Yeah, but you still need to say OLR.
Coming to you from the OLR podcast basement studio.
Oh, that's way too many words.
Coming at you.
That's not enough. You still need to say OLR.
Let's just start. It's OLR. Welcome back.
Welcome to the One Lane Road Podcast. Lucas and DK. I'm DK.
I'm Lucas. Hi.
I'm not looking at that camera.
I am. We're too old for that shit. But I am going to try to figure out if I'm doing anything wrong here. Headphones are loud, ain't they?
Yeah.
Headphones are a little loud.
They're nice.
Yep. I turned them down some.
Last time we had our camera in here, people made fun of us.
Who?
I don't know. It's been a while. It's been
Yeah.
a while since we've done any. Not made fun of us. They just said we were awkward.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Took all the personality that both of us had and sucked it out because we kept going.
Like that.
So
now I'm just not going to look at it. Hey, before we get started, I want to say, not say. I want to say,
the American Dream, Dusty Roads.
Dusty Roads, baby. Two things from our last episode.
Yes.
Eat, Swim, Dance on YouTube,
Oh.
which I believe is possibly from Alaska. So it's ball chilling cold here right now. And it's probably cold as shit where he's at. He said, good stuff, guys. I went and looked at his page a little bit, and it seems like he's from the middle of, like, Witch's Tits cold, wherever he's at.
Prayers for you.
Yeah, but thank you for listening. And Cliff Smith come in with the redemption for old Lucas. He said, no, I did forget my jersey.
Oh.
He said, no, I did forget my jersey, boys. One game the whole year I could have played, had the shoes, and no jersey.
Huh.
So there I was blaming myself for screwing Cliff out of getting to play, and it was it wasn't my fault.
How'd you come up with that? You concocted a whole story that you forgot your jersey.
No, I did. I have forgotten my jersey at one point, and somebody gave me theirs. It just didn't happen to be that game. So that's I've put another memory on top of that one. So the rest of the thing he said, and just for the record, we did ask the refs if someone fouled out, I couldn't wear their jersey.
Huh.
So
How the hell does he remember that?
it's Cliff. Cliff remembers shit.
Good for Cliff.
He's always been like that. Like you could ask him something, he'd be like, "No, that's not. Here's the facts." And you could, as he's telling you, go, "Oh yeah, fuck, that's right."
We need more Cliff in
He
our
said,
life.
"Miss you, fuckers."
Oh, he dropped the F-bomb on
Dropped the
us?
F-bomb on us.
Oh.
He gave us one. Somebody gave us a thumbs up. I'm going to assume it's one of those two guys.
Hey, I appreciate it. The guy from Alaska, that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
You wonder if he's a lead dungaree wearer. Why did he find us? How did he find us from Alaska? Was that one of the...
What part got him? That's what I want to know.
Because, the dad jokes didn't get him from the week before. I mean, what was the name of the last show? What did you title it as?
2020 Kentucky.
Well, maybe that's it.
That's
Pretty,
Yeah.
a lot of people might be searching for stuff like that.
You know what a lot of people are searching for right now? Insert any title and the word reactions or reacts. People are reacting to everything.
Pisses me off about ESPN. It's ESPN doing it. ESPN, you wouldn't think would need clickbaits on YouTube.
I would think they would.
I guess, but I mean, I always went on there and said, type in Tennessee Titans ESPN, and their daily shows would pop up or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like I go in and try to find Titans highlights, and it says Stephen A. Smith shocked, so and so appalled, and you go in and it's no different than normal. It's just they just put those,
Stephen A. Smith being an idiot.
Yeah, well, they just put all those guys, whoever's doing the segment, it'll say shocked, surprised, disgusted, and they'll put them in big bold capitalized letters, and it's misleading.
Mm-hmm.
So but
I'll tell you something else that I've not noticed. I just looked at him over the course of the last few days. Where we've had listeners from.
this is always a weird demographic.
It's so
for me.
weird. It always gets me. Look here. Russia, Finland,
I've loved Finland, like
Germany, Netherlands, the UK, Austria.
Say something in German right now. For
I don't know how.
It's such aggressive. German is such an aggressive language. You could be saying, "I love you. I hope you have a nice day," but it sounds so aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Russian and German both tend to sound so aggressive.
Yeah. But we appreciate the shit out of you, Russian
Yeah.
and Austrian and
And the guy in Alaska, thank you for saying great stuff.
Finland.
It's not always that way. I
Yeah.
feel like we did have a pretty
It was a
strong-
decent one. It was a good one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like you listened to a good one.
Did you subscribe? Did you rate it 5 stars? Hope you did.
Hope you did.
I'd love at least a 3-star review because we're not exactly a Hilton. We're kind of like a Comfort Inn.
You know,
We're not a Ramada. We're a Ramada. That's what we are.
yeah. We're not the Econo Lodge. You know, we're not there. We're not down there.
We're not the America's Best Value Inn,
Mm-mm.
for fuck's sakes.
Mm-mm. We're not Trump Resort. We're not a Hilton Head.
We're not a Westin,
Mm-mm.
but we're not the Fireside Lounge in Cookeville, Tennessee. You know, we're not Motel 6.
No. I
We're-
mean, not sometimes we're Motel 6, but
That's
not
usually
all the time.
When we have Jeremy Mackey on, we're Motel 6 style.
we start with Ramada, like we're going to be a Ramada, and we turn into a Motel
like
6.
cheap prostitutes don't come to our hotel.
No,
High class prostitutes don't come to our hotel.
unless Mackey's here.
But I mean, we're like Holiday Inn, maybe not Express, but we're a Holiday Inn. We're not Express.
All day.
We're just
We're the One Lane Road podcast. Coming at you.
yeah. So I feel good for new listeners. I'm glad to hear.
Yeah.
Cliff
You can
Smith.
tell old Joe Rogan's come off of YouTube because people are looking for something to looking for a podcast to listen to, and some people have found ours. We appreciate every
I
damn
don't
one of
blame them. You're really you're 4 years behind the times. What have you been doing?
4 years. Can you believe that?
5?
5 years this year, 2016.
It is 5 years. Wow.
Holy shit.
What anniversary is 5 years? Silver. What was you gonna say?
Anal.
Not looking for that one. If there's one anniversary.
That's just what popped into my head.
Anal.
Yeah.
All right. The sheer. Did you get much feedback from last week's show other than those guys?
No.
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
Mm. Did you get any?
Brittany Daly's got to listen again. She's doing a lot
Yeah.
of traveling. My friend Brittany Daly.
Yeah.
She's a traveling nurse, so she's back on the One Lane Road podcast. Kid.
Back in the saddle.
And she's going somewhere this week.
Yeah.
I think she's going on vacation, so she requested a show. So here you are, Brittany.
Here you go.
And the sheer joy that it brought my life, getting to have James Hatcher at my house and play the segment where you called him a fucking thumb.
How did he take it?
Yeah, well,
Like James would.
obviously, I deferred all heat
Yeah.
to you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because,
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
to which I still got called an asshole. He said, "That's messed up. You boys are assholes."
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
well,
We
you
are.
know us. You know us. We're 30
Yeah.
years in on this
You've met
friendship.
us. You lived with me, James.
So-
You know it.
I mean, what can you say, though?
No, I don't say anything about it.
What can he say?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he looked like a thumb.
He looked like a thumb. There was the one time in life, like, you don't look like a thumb now. Prior to that, you didn't. But those 2 years.
Yeah. You haven't always. You don't now. You did then.
That special place in history.
You were thumbish.
You resembled a thumb.
Yeah. I mean, look, come on.
Not so much like just here. Like
Just
you
in
just
the
rounded
head.
off.
Yeah.
He could have called you penis head. Which one's worse, a thumb or a penis? It's
Who
all the
knows?
same.
I don't know.
Is it?
I don't know.
Hmm.
What else you been doing?
So I've put we got a little here and there. We're gonna go to the Titans game tomorrow.
That's what you said. You know what tomorrow is? Viciously cold. You know why I assume
40,
that?
40 something degrees.
Yeah. I think that's probably not going to happen. 43. I don't know. It says the sun's going to be out a little bit. It's frigid today. It's in the 20s right now. We took family pictures today, and it was spitting snow outside. We did it outside. You know what? I have a 1-year-old. You know what's not a good idea? 20-something degrees and spitting snow with a 1-year-old. I did it. You know what I didn't think of? Is that I'm outside all the time.
Now, yeah, your family's not.
They're not. They're always in nice.
Now, before I
Comfy.
criticize this,
Mhm.
families have spring pictures sometimes.
Yeah.
Families have Christmas pictures, but
Yeah.
generally they're taken inside,
Mhm.
or at least at Thanksgiving. You might snap a good family photo at Thanksgiving and use that for your
Right.
Christmas cards or whatnot.
Mhm.
Fall pictures are usually the go-to for all families have two photos. They have the The one on the beach where everybody dresses in the. I mean, tell me if you've seen.
Everybody's
seen
in a PFG shirt, professional fishing gear shirt.
Go back even more in time. You got a white shirt with some khakis,
khaki shorts on.
Khaki shorts.
Either sliders or no footwear.
It's no footwear. Keep your sliders out of the photo.
You're on the beach. Keep them off.
Keep your slides out of the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Dad, we need to trade your Dockers for short-legged Dockers.
Mm-hmm.
It's shorts only. So what? You got those varicose veins. Your knees a little tore up from the ACL you had when you played at Villanova in '74.
And
nobody cares.
Honey, we're on our way to the beach. You know what we better do? Stop and get one of those stupid ass things that you slide over your sunglasses so that they don't fall in the water and they can hang on your neck. We got to get one of them.
Those are very vital for anybody with expensive sunglasses.
They're vital for anybody that goes to the beach, is what it is.
Well, okay, you got that photo.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got the fall photos where your wife has to go to Old Navy on the day of. You've had this appointment for 3 months. You've had it for September 14th or October 14th, whatever you prefer. Depends whether the Vols are playing that Saturday, right?
Yeah, wrote it down in July that we're going to do it.
And then you get there and you're like,
I don't have
little Jimmy don't have the blue that matches our blue. I've got to go to Old Navy.
His blue's
the
different.
whitest freaking store in America. That's white privilege. Old Navy, you and Starbucks are what's wrong with America right
They're
now.
building another Starbucks in Cookville.
We need it. Thank God. And so that's the 2 times of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Family photos. What in the shit possessed you to have family photos on January 9th?
It wasn't,
whose idea?
It was mine. It was my idea.
Yep.
I wasn't thinking.
Kara's not that stupid. I didn't think she was. I've met her.
You know what I did? I got that for Kara for Christmas. And I went ahead and scheduled it. Because thinking, hey, let's have pictures, and I'm already going to have them scheduled. Never scheduled pictures before. It didn't occur to me that 20 degrees. Didn't think to look. She said, the girl that took them out, she said, January? Yeah, I'll be wide open. And it never, I didn't know that
I'm actually laid off in January. That's great for me. Can you pay me in cash?
I didn't know that she was, she's booked up a lot. So people knew not to do it in January. But
who'd you do?
Brandy Wolfram out of Livingston or Cookville or something.
Questionable last name.
Yeah.
Never heard of one like that.
Mm-mm.
Spell it.
Okay. Well, we've already lost camera. So I don't know.
What's it say? What's those words?
I don't know what they are. Let's pause for just a second and see if I can figure out what happened. All right, we're back. We got a nicer camera, and it doesn't do things quite the same way the last one did. But
so how'd your pictures go?
They went fine. They were good. You know what happens? 20 degrees, kids get cold.
Yeah, no shit.
They get mad. 1-year-olds get mad. Their noses get red. Their ears get red.
I just knew.
They start screaming.
My middle, Bayless, we've talked about.
Yeah.
He could, I just know, in any situation, he's going to have a meltdown.
Right.
I just knew you were going to come here and say, well, you know what? Camden did fine.
Oh, Camden did fantastic.
Yeah. What about Eli?
He did good, too. He smiled.
See, exactly.
He smiled and everything. He just got cold. He got upset because he was cold. But you know what?
I just want your kids to act bad.
Don't happen. Hey, have we been on here since New Year's Eve? Is this the first show of 2021?
Yes.
Hey. You know what happened on New Year's Eve? Trip to the emergency room. Woohoo! My 1-year-old got a trip to the emergency room.
What happened to him?
Knocked a tooth out. Knocked a tooth completely out of his head. Fell.
He didn't have a lot to give, I'd say.
Nope. He had
didn't
6.
have a lot to spare.
He had 6, has 5 now. He fell face first, mouth open, the middle of an open floor, nothing around. Hit nothing but the floor, smashed his mouth into the floor, knocked a tooth completely out of his head.
Well, he's a Clay County-an.
You know what? Colwell Hickman does not get excited. He broke his arm when he was like 9, 10-year-old. He broke it on Thursday, say. And the next day, there was a magician. Might have been Cowboy Louie, who knows. But anyway, there was a magician or a clown or something coming to school the next day. So he broke his arm at recess and didn't tell anybody. Didn't tell anybody that day. Didn't tell anybody all night. Went back to school the next day long enough to see the clown, or whatever it was, and said, cool. Hey, I broke my arm yesterday. I probably need to go to the doctor. He don't get excited. There's not an excited bone in his body.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting in the kitchen. Dad's in there watching the kids, and I hear, like you always hear with a 1-year-old, right? And I said, he's fine. Everything's fine. Dad's in there. He's not crying. He's fine. Then I hear my dad, oh, God. I said, something's wrong. Coel Hickman's excited.
Yeah.
So I jump up and I meet Dad coming into the kitchen and blood running everywhere. The reason Eli wasn't crying was because he was in that cry,
Yeah.
where
Scary.
can't catch his breath cry. Well, then he lets it out crying, and I finally see a piece of his gum hanging down. Kara and I jump into the car with Eli, rush him to the emergency room. He cries for 10 minutes maybe. And we make it to the emergency room. And when we get there, we find his tooth laying on his shoulder. You know what they did? Nothing. Looked at him, said, yeah, it sucks. Send him home. That's all we did. However much they're going to charge us to absolutely do nothing at the emergency room. Went to the dentist on Monday. Dentist said, my kid did that when he was 1. You know what you can do about it? Nothing. I was like, oh, well, I feel better about the emergency room situation now. He said the only thing you can do is when his permanent teeth start coming in, he's going to have orthodontics already.
Then you'll do something. You'll pay a lot of money.
Then we'll pay the money. Yep. Then we'll be in the mess.
Yeah.
He said 5-year-old, you're going to have to put some braces on the kid.
It's not a good start for the year then.
Well, it was a good end to 2020 because we hadn't made it into 2021 yet.
Well, I tell you, these naive folks, I kept watching them as the year went on, and everybody was just wasted, praying that 2020 would hurry up, man.
Yeah.
Can we hurry up and get? Because God knows the end of a calendar swap
changes everything.
It ensures us that
changes everything.
The craziness in the world is over. The virus is going to be gone. We're all going to be 20 pounds lighter.
Yep.
Blood pressure is going to be better.
Yep.
Yep. LeBron James is going to wake up with sense.
Yep. What happened? Well, they stormed the Capitol. They've already stormed the Capitol. The first time since like 1880 something.
You really don't want to go down that rabbit hole, do you?
Not really.
I don't.
Really.
I don't. I just don't.
It's not a good start. Not a good look for 2021.
And we almost lost Dr. Dre. He had a brain aneurysm.
Really? Oh, holy shit.
That's who I don't want to lose is Dr. Dre.
We didn't. That's not the way we want to start 2021.
You take a lot of our
brain aneurysm.
But he was tweeting like not long after that.
There's not a lot of people beat a brain aneurysm.
Well, he's the best.
There was a guy I used to work with was on a business trip, and he started feeling funny and thought, and he couldn't think straight, but he could think straight enough to think, I probably need to go to the hospital. Drove himself to the hospital and walked in having a brain aneurysm. Saved his own life because he got there. Had it at the doctor.
That's where you want
to have it at the hospital. Really,
you don't want to be at the beer joint.
You don't want to already be drunk and trying to think about. I probably need to go.
What if you're having sex when you have a brain aneurysm?
Just go.
Well, because a man is so selfish. We're going to get ours.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be like, well, just all right. Let's just get back in here and.
It'll go away in a minute.
So you want to be in the hospital already. You don't want to be in a bed. You don't want to be anywhere else.
Mm-mm.
So, but no,
that's not what I want to be anyway.
The whole point of our cold stories, we get.
Yeah.
Titans game tomorrow.
Yes,
first
Titans game tomorrow. Forgot. I literally forgot where we were going with it.
First home playoff game since 2008. Now I'm either going to be happy tomorrow about 4:00, or I'm going to be pissed off because I paid face value. This is the reason I've had season tickets.
That's there you go. I was going to say there's the reason why you buy the season tickets, because you can get them face value.
That's right. And so I didn't know how much. I hadn't looked at secondary markets. So I'm talking to a person at work, and they said, hey, me and my husband are going to the game. We bought 4 tickets for us and our neighbors for $1,100. I said, I've just got a little over 200 in mine. You must have really good seats. Then they pulled up their phone and showed me the section. I said, no, you're about the same seats I am, just on the other side of the stadium.
Oof.
Holy crap. So I come home and tell Lindsay, I said, this is probably pretty stupid of me.
I should sell these tickets.
I can make at least an $850 profit off these tickets. But then you realize you've been a Titans fan for so long, and you were at the last one. I was at the last home playoff game in 2008 against the Baltimore Ravens, who they're playing tomorrow. The NFL is not for long.
All right.
And I know that not very long ago, I was having to go to games for free or for $10 and watch Zach Mettenberger, Bishop Sankey, Dexter McCluster, God dang knows the no-name offensive linemen and defensive players.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't going to last. Our offensive coordinator is already being requested by 6 teams to come interview for head coaching vacancy. We got like 20 free agents. So you know what? Everybody needs $800.
Right.
There's never a time you don't need $800. But
especially right after Christmas.
But yes,
you might not get this next year. Probably won't. Right.
You don't know.
They're going to break it up. Probably. Right.
2008 to 2021 or 2009 when the actually game was held, but the 2008 season, 12 years. No, it's not promised with the Tennessee Titans for sure.
Right.
So yeah, and Waylon wants to go. He's like, I want to go see a playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, you're dicking us out $850 of your selfishness. I want you to know.
Uh-huh.
So we're going in the morning. Yeah, it's going to be cold. Don't care. I've been to cold games before. I just hope I don't wake up at 4:30 in the morning with the stomach virus that I woke up 3 years ago, the biggest game in history at that time,
Mm-hmm.
or in that time period. So we're going. Don't care about the cold weather. I know me, though. I know how I live in the past. At 4 o'clock tomorrow, I will be cussing if they lose from 1 Titans Way to 59 blah, 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 Jennings Creek Highway. But I don't have that extra $850.
Yeah.
I said, well, see, I knew they was going to blow it.
Yeah, I should have sold them. But, if they mess around and win,
That's right.
it's worth it.
It is.
It was worth more than $800.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Not to me, it wouldn't have been.
No.
I pulled up behind somebody in traffic today that had a NFL license plate, 2 Jumpman stickers, a baseball sticker, and something else.
Oh.
Another sport sticker on their back of their car.
Hope it wasn't soccer because it's not a sport.
I just thought, pick one. Probably pick one. What are you into here?
Well,
Sports, obviously.
if they had one more sticker, it would probably been Ball is Life
There you go.
because they're hardcore.
Yeah, they're very hardcore about it. And if I do this, it's because our camera shuts off periodically, and I apologize.
We're just watching.
We're watching. We're watching on it to happen.
We can't talk tonight.
Yeah.
So, been listening to that Ragweed tribute. They finally released the Steamboat Springs Tribute Fest to Cody Canada. Cross Canyon Ragweed. It got released yesterday. A lot of good musicians. Y'all check that out. And actually, been working on a show that it's not my show, but so Brandy Davis, Rye's wife, texted me last Sunday and said, hey, I'm looking to book Rye for a show in February. Do you have anything? I said, no, I'm kind of holding off to the spring. I said, but Barry and Jeanette Gore just opened Doe Creek Tavern or Grill and Bar in Gainesboro, and they're looking to do some music. Let me see what I can do. So I put them up in connection together, and they all decided on everything. They got all the details ironed out, and I'm just helping, pitching on Facebook every now and then.
Right.
Doe Creek is a smaller place anyway, but with smaller bar than COVID restrictions and everything else. 60 ticket limit is sold out in 2 days. Brendan Martin and Rye Davis. So if you don't have Valentine's, well, it's sold out. So if you're not one of the 60 people that bought tickets, you can still go have other plans. But a little Valentine's Day dinner and a show.
Well, that'd be nice.
Down in Gainesboro. So, people text me, madder than hell at me. Like, hey, you didn't let me know about tickets. Well, it ain't my show.
Yeah.
And I put it on Facebook. I shared it a couple times. I barely got tickets.
Not mine to tell you, but, you are kind of the guy, though. You know what I mean?
Say it again.
You're kind of the guy. Yeah, I know.
Whatever that means.
Well, I mean, just whatever.
But I'm excited for Jeanette and Barry.
Yeah.
And man, Rye's really just carved himself out a little niche, and this is
fantastic.
Fourth time he's played in Jackson County, but then he plays up at the lake and stuff at that one lake,
yeah,
and the one lake close by. I can't remember Mitchell. I don't know where in the hell Yeah, I don't know where the one he plays at.
It's Del Hollow Lake for sure.
Yeah, I know the lake. I didn't mean.
You meant the marina.
The marina.
Yeah, I don't know what marina.
Don't care. I don't care. I've never been there.
Yeah.
So it's the one in Burkesville. Mate. Has Burkesville got one?
I don't know.
He plays there.
Yeah,
plays there. So no, I think everybody's kind of excited about that show. It's a big deal. Yep, I knew it was getting
close. It's getting close. Yeah, well, that was called dragging her feet, waiting for the camera to turn off.
Exactly.
Well, I heard that we've had some questions. Some Ask OLR questions.
Well, I didn't have anything to do. I didn't have any content for us than our old buddy Kelby Davis.
Kelby.
shot me a question. I hadn't seen Kelby in years.
Yeah.
Until he
The
came
big
down.
man.
Came down to the North Springs Music Festival.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, "Hey Dustin, how you doing? I got a good question."
I'm doing good, Kelby.
Oh yeah. Hey Kelby, doing well. Got a good question for y'all's podcast. If you're still doing question and answers.
We are, and we'll be the judge of how good it is.
Well, and he said that's if you think it's a good question.
Okay. Well, there you go.
So he says, if you had to name a country music singer that would be the Barry White of country music, who would it be? Give me your best 10 seconds of Barry White right now anyway.
I couldn't give you a second of Barry White. But I'll tell you who it probably is, George Jones.
But Barry White's kind of
that. Conway Twitty.
Conway Twitty's the first name popped in my mind.
Yeah.
You know, it's just Barry White's got that smooth,
that's Conway
deep
Twitty.
voice. Conway Twitty.
Lay you down and softly whisper.
I think modern day would be like Lindsay. Actually,
there's probably no modern day equivalent.
Josh Turner is who Lindsay threw out there. That deep voice. He's got that long black train.
Oh yeah, yeah. Absolutely terrible song, but it's. I know what song you're talking about.
But you know, you're looking at like. I read that between the lines. Mm-hmm. Who's making a woman's panties drop like Barry White?
Who you making love to?
You know, if you're coming back and popping a CD in a what are those called? CD players?
Yeah. Trying to slide in them sheets.
Who you putting on if you're not putting on Barry White? Conway Twitty.
I'll tell you who you ain't putting on, Josh Turner.
I wouldn't. But if it was 1984, Josh or Conway Twitty. But like, who's modern day? I think the girls really love Sam Hunt.
Yeah.
But you might also get some guys in the sheets if you get listening to Sam Hunt before you're going down. Somebody's going down. I don't know. That's probably bad terminology there.
Yeah.
Bad choice of words.
Long black train. You know. I don't know why I'm like so pornographic in my mind tonight.
I am. I live there every day.
Yeah.
I live in that space.
Yeah. I can't get away from it. I would say you have to go back in time. There's none of these knuckleheads that I'd put on. You go put on Jason Aldean?
No.
Mm-mm.
He don't have that voice.
Mm-mm. You're not going to put on Florida Georgia Line and hear that nasally shithead sing.
I wouldn't.
Luke.
Well, let's just. That's not the only option. You named the worst musicians in country music.
I can't even call his name. As much as I love Sturgill, you're going to listen to Mush Mouth sing. You're trying to get at it.
There's nobody that makes there's nothing that makes a woman moister than listening to Turtles All the Way Down, I would imagine.
Yeah, trying to get in them sheets and then go, I've seen Jesus play with flames in a lake of fire that I was standing in.
Yeah, then that's the last lyric you understand of Sturgill.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Tyler Childers, you're not going to...
Maybe a couple Tyler Childers. He's got like Lady May. Lady May is a...
Yeah, Feathered
Indians, maybe even, you know.
Well, there you go.
Tyler
his speed... he's got that bluegrass background. The speed at which you'd have to go, it ain't going to be well for me. So that's probably not my...
A lot of foreplay with Tyler because you just don't go right at it. It's not like...
You can't, because you can't keep that speed up, you know.
If I had to go with anybody, it'd probably be Push It, Salt and Pepper.
Push it. Is that it?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's push it real good.
Yeah. Waterfalls.
Don't go chasing them.
Yeah.
I had a second comment roll in.
Yeah.
Thought I would tell you, and this is not from anybody in particular. Thought I would tell you that girlfriend has never listened to you guys, so I let her listen to Amazon sex toy review, and she loved it and had her rolling. She said she had to know what this thing is. The fainting goat really got her. Yeah. It got the author of the review too.
Huh. That was from somebody in particular. Who was it?
I'm not gonna say the name.
I don't want. What's it rhyme with?
I'm just trying to protect the innocent here, because nobody asked to be smudged across our shit stained podcast here.
Well, fine.
Great. So let's see. Derek Wilbright says, "What's the favorite vehicle both of you have ever owned, and why is it the favorite?"
1995 Mustang, because I'm white trash, bitch.
Well, hard for me to beat
that. It's got a 5.0. That is and always will be my favorite vehicle is a Mustang. There's nothing more white trash than a Mustang. I know that. Even people in Camaros can shit on people in Mustangs because, everybody knows. Everybody gets it. I get it. I had it and I get it. But still, Mustangs. Mustang.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I've only had Chevrolet trucks pretty much. I had one Dodge truck, and then sure ain't the Cavy Rick put me up in when I was first 16.
The Cavalier had a rough ending too. You know what I mean?
Did it?
Didn't you park it upside down out here in my garage?
That was the first one. That was the first one. Then I had a second.
Oh,
how many dudes you know had two Cavaliers?
I don't none.
But then it's been Chevrolet trucks. I had that one Dodge truck in between, but that blue one was pretty fun for me.
Was that the first one?
The Silverado, the first.
Oh, the first.
The black the black Chevrolet went in the creek.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one I sank in Brimstone.
I've had
rather fast.
I had my Mustang, and then I had for 2,882.2 miles. I had a really nice Ford Ranger Edge.
Yeah,
and got the back axle knocked out from under it in a curve down here in Humber Springs. And then I had, I really like my little step side F-150.
Was that white?
No, that black one.
Yeah.
Everything I've ever had was black. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I still associate you with that truck. So I don't know why I thought white.
Right.
You never had a white truck at all.
My work truck was white.
That's not it.
Yeah.
I still associate that little F-150 for you. I just think when I got to be 16, 17, my mom and dad I walked in on a conversation with them. I was in a room over, and my mom said, I worry about him. He's smart, but he's not smart. So like, I'm afraid, like, what's he going to do if he gets out and starts having sexual relations with girls? Like, how can we stop him from having sexual relations? And Rick said, buy him a Cavalier. Nobody wants to do a guy in a Cavalier.
He ain't getting any in a Cavalier.
No, he'll never get any until he gets his own job.
Yeah.
And he can afford his own truck.
Yeah.
Then, you know what? He's out of our hair probably by then anyway.
Let's just stop it in its tracks and put him in a Cavalier.
So that's a story. That may have been completely
could have
false.
been made up. Who knows?
So don't go looking at Rick, telling him the cop like he is. You know?
Yeah, I actually do go.
You know
Call
what?
Rick
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, the story on
every
Rick.
chance you give.
The story about Rick always fell to the part of like, he always said, I knew he was dumb. I didn't know he was that damn dumb. Okay, I remember that one day, Rick.
Yeah. When you asked me to change your diapers, old man, I'll remember that.
I wonder how long we got on this segment.
About 5 minutes.
Okay.
3 minutes.
James Rinks says, favorite non-country album of all time. You know I'm a country hater, DK. And you are too, really. You don't have any favorite country albums. What's your favorite album, you think?
That first or second Eminem album, I probably burnt the full off of that album. That's probably one of my all-time favorites. I couldn't quote you a song off of it right now, but that's probably one of the. I probably listen to that as much as anything. As far as a full album, that's probably the first full album that I listened to. Other than that, before that, I would just hear songs on the radio.
He said he threw out his Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication.
I hated that album. I hated the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I'm not a big fan of them overall, but I've never really dove into them either. So I don't know.
The thing is I like to be able to listen to a like if you look at a video of an artist and listen to them live.
Yeah,
I like to be able to hear them sing well. Anthony Kiedis is not a good singer. He's the OG for auto-tune. Anthony Kiedis, they've been cleaning his vocals up since the 80s.
Well, and to let it gets better.
Yeah.
Soundgarden, Super Unknown.
That's really good.
Good one.
Yeah.
Nirvana, Nevermind. Dr. Dre, The Chronic.
Yeah.
The OG. And any Eminem album absolutely slaps. So my first.
That's a slapper.
It is. I guess what I would go with. Well, I think Eminem too. Eminem's Show is my favorite Eminem album from 2002. But man, The Chronic's the first thing I ever listened to that wasn't country. Because I always rode to work with my mom, so it was country music all day and everything else. So the first album I remember listening to was maybe it was an NWA record, but Dr. Dre The Chronic was like one of the first CDs I ever had. 10 years old. Big pot leaf CD.
Shaq's Load 1996. My first, probably the first CD that I had that I listened to all the way was Metallica's Load from 1996. That was a good album too.
Ain't My Bitch.
Yeah,
it's on there.
Until It Sleeps. King Nothing. I wore the shit out of King Nothing. Shaq had an album.
banger, as the children say.
Shaq Diesel Stand and Deliver. Do you remember that?
Well, Shaq Diesel, the first album went platinum. Still the only athlete in history with a platinum record. Suck it, Damian Lillard. And all other punk-ass NBA players trying to be Shaq that ain't Shaq.
Yeah.
Then you had Shaq Fu to Return.
Shaq Fu, the Return.
With the smash hit, Biological Didn't Bother.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't my father, because my biological didn't bother. Then he had the classic, Can't Stop the Rain, was with Notorious B.I.G. These other NBA players acting like there's something rapping. They never did bars with Biggie.
Mm-mm.
No, they didn't. They didn't have Jay-Z and Nas on their records like Shaq did.
Mm-hmm.
Did it happen to be the fact that he was the most well-known basketball player on the planet then?
Mm-hmm.
Is that why he went platinum? Probably.
You know, I bought a video game, a Shaq video game.
Shaq Fu.
Shaq Fu, that's it. Shaq Fu, and it come with a CD as well. And I listened to the shit out of that. It only had like 2 songs on it. It was a CD with like 2 songs on it.
Shaq Fu, very, very much underrated video game.
I played the shit out of it. I played the hell out of it.
It's good enough it got a reboot on PlayStation 4 a few years
Bam!
ago.
That and Tenchu Stealth Assassins. I was a ninja.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't either. I was a dork. I still am a dork.
So you're going...
I don't care, though. I don't care.
So you're going with anything Eminem or Metallica?
Metallica, yeah.
Yeah, I think I would go with... I really like the Nirvana, anything Nirvana around that time.
You know, I didn't listen to a lot of Nirvana until later. And I've never listened to an entire album of theirs, but I like a bunch of their songs.
But the Unplugged you did, sure.
Loved the Unplugged. Yeah, but you know,
that's start to finish.
Yeah, but as far as a listening to like an album other than that one, I've never listened to it. And that was a mix anyway.
It's probably my 60, 70 vinyls I have. That's one of the very few. It's all country. That's Nirvana Unplugged and Eddie Murphy Raw and Delirious. That's the only the rest of
country. You know, if you're going to those, I used to love the shit out of Adam Sandler's comedy album.
Yeah.
It's really good. I can't remember the name of it.
What the Hell Happened to Me was the one we always listen to. They're all going to laugh at you.
Steve Polychronopoulos. What was that one on?
Probably the second one, I think.
Yeah.
Second was pretty. First one had, I don't know, Piece of Shit Car was a good one.
Which one had goat on it? There you go. You button hooked me. I didn't know you were going to button hook me.
The old man, he going to come home after been drinking and gonna beat the shit out of me. He's like, goat, put up your dukes. I got
no fucking duke. That was 2013. I know that. 1996. What the hell happened to me, Adam Sandler?
That's probably my favorite of his.
Yeah.
Blake Allen says, "Is 1-2 Earnhardt a correct way to teach your kid how to count? I need all the advice I can get." Blake's got a baby on the way.
I didn't get it there at first. 1-2 Earnhardt.
Blake's got a baby on the way. Congratulations.
Oh, congratulations.
So, is 1-2 Earnhardt a correct way to teach your kid how to count?
Yeah, sure. If
that's what you want to teach.
Yeah.
Look.
I mean, that's as close to math as what they're doing in school now anyway, so why not?
It's probably a new way. The way they're teaching math now,
it's stupid.
Why can't 1-2 Earnhardt be the way? It's all made up.
That's why you ought to do it.
You know, at least it means something to America.
Yeah.
Dale Earnhardt.
And don't teach him about rights either. Just teach him about lefts or her. You know, him or her, whatever you're having. Just teach him about left. Well, everything's left.
Him and her, that's optional as well.
Yeah.
They can decide that
later on.
Yeah. So
1-2 Earnhardt and in the military, whenever they start, they're just going to go left, 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 left. Left.
The media must have been watching the military.
Why won't happen? Oh, yeah, they went left.
Since high-waisted jeans have made a comeback, can Lucas bring back the below the knee jorts and start that trend? Also, if that can become a thing, would below the knee jorts be considered just regular jeans for Mackie?
My below the knee jorts will be probably too long for Mackie.
I don't know how.
All of my shorts that I wear, I don't have any jorts, but all of my shorts are below the knee.
Oh, yeah. Well, They should be because you're
Yeah.
a man.
Yeah.
And that's just what at the knee at the knee at least. Nobody wants to see your chubbies, you little frat-tastic bastards. Nobody wants to see your little chubbies. Okay, no, they're not cool. They're not cool. I don't give a shit what you do.
What do you
I don't
mean
care
by
what,
chubbies?
You know, I'm talking about the little short khaki shorts. We've talked about these before.
I was somewhere else.
fraternity boys walking up down Cumberland Avenue in Knoxville. Nobody wants to see it. You know, put regular shorts on. You can wear your little slippers. You can wear your little things with your sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
You can have the little fantastic hair, the little when you got to get a blow dryer and put your hair up. You tease it all you want. Just put your shorts to your knees. It's all I'm asking, for God's sakes.
You know what I don't like seeing is, like a guy might have like calves that are, kind of in shape.
I like a good looking calf on a man.
I do too. What's wrong with it?
Nothing.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
He takes care of himself.
Yeah,
It's
but
obvious.
then you got that little bit of fat that hangs over the top of your knee. I don't like that.
Oh, I see that a lot of people. I'm a zoomer in on pictures. I mean, I see some on Facebook. I'll zoom in. I'll see a really attractive woman and she got fat knees.
Well, it's not generally the knee. It's fat right above them. You got this.
It's a problem.
You
How
got
do you
that-
work that off? You know,
You just got to work. You just got to work.
you got to do a lot of work on your knees.
Yeah, you got to do some knee work.
Mhm.
I don't like that fat right above your knee. You know what helps? You got that? Some past the knee shorts.
That's why you see a lot of married women with those fat knees.
You put some khakis on her, or some not khakis, but
Shorts.
capris.
Oh.
Put some capris on her.
Okay. All right.
All right.
There's nothing more satisfactory this week than saying what was the best part of that show, and it's like me making fun of Lucas Hickman's jorts in Junior Pro, then him discovering he's got work boots on. In the process, when we said, "Yeah, you're a rebel flag do-rag away from carrying 204s on a work site somewhere." The whole segment, the whole sequence, we were talking about. Well, I got a hammer and nails.
Yeah.
I got a measuring tape and a level, but I don't have a ball uniform. I mean,
Yeah.
that was good stuff last week.
Mhm.
James Hatcher says, if you could have life do over again from 18 up, what profession would you choose for a living?
Oh God! I tell you what, I wouldn't be as an engineer. I wouldn't have done that again. I wouldn't do that again. I don't know, man. Those guys that stand on the side of the road and beg for money seem to be happy.
They don't look as desperate as you think.
I
Nashville bums look pretty bad.
Some of those look pretty bad, but when you get out here, you get away from the big city centers, those guys don't look like they're having that bad of a time.
The guys that I see on exit 286, pretty happy, healthy looking guys.
They don't seem to be bad.
Well-
I've seen some of them have like wives and kids, and
I'd say the ones
Cars.
that are living better than us is the guys coming out of the Jackson Plaza.
always coming out of Jackson Plaza and meeting down there beside of Staples.
Those guys, they're living.
Yeah.
Now, living high on the hog, that's the guys over in the new shopping center where Academy's at.
Yeah.
Making more money than us. Taking their signs back to their jacked up F-250.
I've seen that so many times, like guys pull up in really nice cars and pick those guys up and then drive off with them.
They're hustlers.
Oh yeah.
That's the new American dream, Lucas.
They're making some cash. I guarantee you they make more money in a day than I do.
We're not blue collar men anymore. We're lefties that go sit on the side and put a little dirt on their face and sit there and with their cardboard box.
See, and they're not even lying anymore. It doesn't say homeless anything helps. They took the homeless off of it. They just said anything helps. That's not a lie. Anything does help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just standing here, happen to have a sign that says anything helps. You create the rest of the story in your own head.
Yeah. I watched a guy hold a helmet for a quarterback on the sideline of NFL games.
I bet he makes a killing.
I guarantee you makes more than I do.
Mhm. Yeah. I would probably be rodeo cowboy. Or no, I'm sorry, rodeo clown.
I like to be on the WWF ring crew.
Yeah.
I like to put the rings together.
Kara and I used to really love going to the circus, and those guys that run around and set the stuff up at the circus. Not the guys that are in the circus, but the guys that wear the black, that whenever they turn the lights off, they run out there and roll the damn stand over for the elephant to stand on.
How much makeup it costs to put on your big ass face?
Well, see, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the one out there. I want to be that guy that when they turn the lights off, let's face it, I don't have a face for that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That thing over there, my face ain't built for it. I'm built for that dark work. Whenever they turn the lights out and they need somebody to roll something big and heavy over there in the middle of the ring, It's this guy right here.
I want to officiate mud wrestling at 18 and over bars.
You know what would be fantastic? Dirt track racing announcer.
Give me some. It's your dream. It's not my dream. I don't know what world you're living in over here. I've never been to a dirt track race.
You've never been to a dirt track race? Tonight, coming around bend number 4, we've got the team because they're team driving. See what this is? For y'all, for those of you that don't know what we're doing tonight, this is called team driving. The guy that's sitting in the driver's seat, well, he's only got the gas pedal and the brake. The guy that's sitting in the passenger seat, he's got the steering wheel. What's going to happen tonight? I don't know. So, coming around bend number 2, here comes the team of Steve and Corey. Uh-oh. They seem to have lost it. They're going into the, not the embankment. They're going into the wall and into turn 3. Oh, he saved it. Oh, he saved it.
That guy, I hate him. You don't want to do that because I don't want to hate you. I just hated every bit of that. I hate dirt track racing.
I love it. I love everything about it.
You look like a fluffer on the set of Naughty America.
No.
That's what you're going to be.
I don't even know what Naughty America is.
Do you not?
I'm going to look it up.
I wouldn't do it now with that camera's on your computer.
All right.
That seems like something good job for you. A fluffer.
No.
You know what a fluffer is?
I do know what a fluffer is, and I'm not going to do it.
What if it pays well?
You can't trick me again.
What if you lived out in California, you strung out on Percocets, and that was the first job that offered? So you're out of perk 10s, and you're like, oh, you can be a fluffer, and we'll not only will pay your salary, but we'll give you perk 10s.
I think you should probably pick someplace besides California because I think being homeless is kind of the way to go in California right now because that seems to be what everybody else is doing. So maybe Seattle. Let's pick Seattle when you say that.
I think you should be a barista.
Yeah.
In Seattle.
Yeah.
Not in Cookeville, Seattle.
Yeah.
Like fish.
I was in Seattle one time, and there was a homeless Chinese guy walked over to the street. He had just woken up, and there was probably, this is just a guess, 300 people standing around. He was one of those 300. He wakes up, stands up, wanders over to the edge of the street to the gutter, and proceeds to whip it out and piss in the gutter. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy.
If you're going to do that, you need to move to New Orleans. Seattle's too classy for that.
No, it's not. It's not. You know what the cop did? Nothing. This cop standing there watching him do it. He didn't do anything.
Maybe he was a fluffer in the previous life before he turned straight.
Cop could have been, I guess. I don't know.
That's what I said. Maybe the cop was a fluffer and he respected the hustle.
Could have been.
All right. Let's see what our next question will be here.
Give me another one.
So I texted a buddy of ours and I said, hey, give me some Ask OLR. He goes, nah, man, my life's pretty dull, but how about this? If you don't give a damn, is it possible I don't give a fuck? Or if you do give a damn, can I still not give a fuck? And if you do start some shit, will there be some shit? Or if I don't start no shit, will there still be a chance of some shit?
It's Fraley.
Well,
you texted Fraley. I guarantee you.
Well, he just said, don't attach my name to it, please. But, I didn't know you were going to know it was Jace that quickly. But
so, read it again.
I just deleted it. Damn it.
Why did you do that?
Well, hold on. I can go back.
Go back. Read it again.
I'd already done the damage, so I thought recently deleted. All the way up here. So,
yeah.
How about if you don't give a damn, is it possible I don't give a fuck? Or if you do give a damn, can I still not give a fuck? And if you start some shit, will there be some shit? Or if I don't start no shit, will there still be a chance of some shit? Pretty valid question.
I mean, yeah. The answer is yeah.
I think there's always
a chance.
Anytime you get out of bed, there's always a high chance of some shit.
You know?
Yeah. Even if you say don't start none, it won't be none.
Yeah. If you don't start none, won't be none, but I might start some, you know. There might be some shit. I don't know.
High chance of it.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably it's not as likely as it used to be, but I mean, there's a chance. I'm saying. There's a chance.
There's always a chance.
Yeah.
All right. What's the first thing you'd do if you woke up as a woman?
Just look at my tits.
Would you fill them up?
Yeah.
I would.
First thing.
I would go to my drawer and see if I had that Amazon vibrator. First off.
I'd call into work right then. Say, I ain't coming in.
So a lot of answers
Today's
there.
my day off.
It's either I'm going to the drawer first.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
If it's not in there,
Yeah.
I'm ordering it.
Right.
But if it is in there, the second thing I'm doing is calling into work. Third thing I'm doing,
Yeah.
I'm stretching.
Yeah.
Fourth thing, drinking water.
Yeah. Hydrating.
Yeah. Then I'm going to get my tablet next to me because I'm ready to relieve that review, see what all the fuss was about.
That's it.
Whew, that was a good one.
Yeah.
You're playing with tits, but I'm going straight to the real deal, Holyfield.
Yeah. That's how I'm going to make sure. I'm just going to go. I think this is different. I can't tell right now, right off. But
the first thing, I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm just laying weird.
F, Marry, Kill. Mike DeMeza, Rye Davis, and Jason Eady. I hate to put somebody as prestigious as Jason Eady and Rye Davis in the category where our buddy Mike DeMeza. I mean, that's not taking away from Mike DeMeza.
Yeah.
I just don't know that Rye and Jason would find it funny to be on the F, Marry, Kill here.
Yeah, let's just skip that one. Let's just skip it.
Either way, I'm killing Mike. Probably marrying Jason because he's a world traveler, and let's face it, I've only been to Tennessee and Florida. Really,
Yeah.
I live in Tennessee. I've been from the mountains to Memphis, and I go to Florida.
Yeah.
I ain't seen the world. Jason likes to travel.
Yeah.
There's a good chance I'd put a ring on it.
Mm.
And I don't know where that leaves Rye, but
I do know.
so yeah, skip it.
Yeah, let's just skip it.
I
I don't know him that well, so you know him a lot better than I do, so I ain't.
Here's some, Carlos Huesca asks playoff prediction, Deshaun Watson's, blah blah blah. A lot of the sports stuff. What kind of? I don't know. I don't know about sports predictions. Deshaun Watson. I hope he gets traded. Who wins MVP? Aaron Rodgers. His funniest one is, why can't I get a car every 6 months like Jeremy Mackie? He didn't say like Jeremy Mackie, but I'll read between the lines for him. Because Jeremy got the new Jeep Compass a while back. Now he traded up and got that brand new Bronco, boy.
Did he really?
FedEx money. What?
Yeah. Well, he can retire. He's 58, so I mean he's about to retire anyway. So
Jeremy
is, yeah.
His liver
is 58.
It's
65, yeah.
Chad Flatt says, I'm sure you got all the bases covered with sports entertainment. Maybe something about how COVID and the bombing will affect Nashville musicians going forward.
Man, you know more about Second Avenue than I do, but that bombing really destroyed Second Avenue, huh?
Yeah, I would imagine the crew that's going with us tomorrow, we'd probably go to Hooters on Second and eat after the game, but
yeah,
no
but
longer.
Not tomorrow, you ain't.
No, so I think the musicians. I think you're going to start seeing musicians play in more places. I just think it's going to be socially distanced, which sucks. Like Ward was saying the other day on the Andrew Pope, everything's limited, and there's got to be a kick in the dick for musicians who have finally made it to some sort of fan base. And how many years did these guys that when they started off and they struggled and they played the little smoky bars for 20 to 30 people. Like I seen Josh Morningstar, who's a pretty well respected, singer songwriter. He done this deal where he was playing at Layla's, and sometimes I was there and it'd be like, because it was like a 11 or 12 a.m. or p.m. Shift, and like one day it was me and Jeremy Mackie and the bartender watching Josh Morningstar. The next Tuesday there was 20 people and Cody Jinks walks in, and Josh Thompson. So it just depends, but I think, it just sucks for these guys that have built their fan bases and stuff, and then they come around and now they're playing for 50, 60 people again, or 100 or whatever it is.
And a lot of them probably glad to get to do that, but still, I mean, it just, the crowd is what makes me anxious about going to places like that, but it's also what makes it cool about going to places like that.
Yeah. I think a lot of guys were making money initially, like when they started doing concerts from their homes and everything. That was a really neat concept to start with, and anything after that long, you're like, all right, I wanted to support these guys, and I have supported these guys, and I've PayPal'd them for their virtual shows, but after so long, it's kind of like, damn, I'm ready to see these guys, and they're ready to be out there.
Yeah.
It's even went so far as like autograph signings. I follow some groups on Facebook, and they're doing virtual signings like pro wrestlers.
How do you do a virtual signing?
So you send in your items, or the people have the items, so you'll sit there and like, I watched one the other day with $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, from when he was a kid, and they have all the 8x10s spread out. And if you want one of the ones on the table, you say, hey, I'm Lucas Hickman. I want that picture, or whatever. And they'll say, $1 Million Man will say, all right, to Lucas. And he'll sign it while you're on the virtual signing. So, because these guys have gotten, in the last, 7-8 years, used to going to these.
Getting that money
these
from
conventions,
that,
these wrestling conventions. So they're hurting too.
It's so weird how much stuff just got taken away from everybody. Like how many modes of income just vanished.
Yeah, think about the guys that only played that didn't have like big contracts before, and they're only.
And the other thing is think about how many places. Not, the bombing for sure took out some places, but think of just about all the places that are gone that they could play that are just aren't open, just aren't going to be back open whenever they come back.
The Shed. The Shed in Maryville had to cancel their entire concert series for 2020. Because of COVID.
Right.
And so the 2021 schedule is the 2020 schedule, just rescheduled dates.
But it's good that they can at least, do it.
Well, they think they're going to be able to.
Well, have financially can do it.
Oh yeah. Well, luckily it's a Harley shop,
right?
On top of that. So,
and that's where you want to be right now, or that's where they've talked you into it here in the middle of COVID. If you want to get out, get on that motorcycle and just get out on the damn road and go get away.
Brandon Howell, I know I've heard y'all talk about both these acoustic sessions. I know there are two completely different styles of music, but which do you prefer, Tyler Childers' Red Barn Radio or Alice in Chains Unplugged? Or are they even comparable due to their different genres? Both are great performances in their respective genres. It's tougher for me, but I know my answer.
Is his answer Alice in Chains?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go Alice in Chains right now.
He said, or is it try to compare Bayless and Camden?
A little bit. Tyler as on Red Barn Radio was, a 3-year-old out there sitting and singing all of his songs. And it was so good. It was just, a perfect introduction to him. Mm-hmm. Alice in Chains, man, that's Lane Staley. He's already been there. He's the guy at that point in time. So he
was about done, Lane Staley.
Yeah. It was like a goodbye to Lane Staley and a hello for Tyler Childers. I don't know. They're just two different things. But I enjoy Tyler Childers' Red Barn Radio more than I enjoy his albums. But Lane Staley sitting there singing, just doped out of his head. Got to keep his glasses on. You can tell his eyes are closed behind the glasses, but he's just belting them out. And he did so good there. And he's such a good singer. For me, it's Lane Staley all day.
It's Tyler Childers for me because I didn't know the Red Barn sessions prior. I watched I knew Purgatory first, then I found the Red Barn sessions. I just think it's god dang, there's not a bad song. Yeah. But when Rink started texting me quite a while back about that Lane Staley and the Alice in Chains, it's pretty damn good. I watched it. I watched part of it on YouTube, and I went back and listened on iTunes.
That's one of those things. That's one of those things that I will come back to in a couple of years. Yeah. Every few years, I come back and listen to it again. It's not something that stays all the time. I'm not going to listen to it every other month, but I'll go through a point where for a month, I'll listen to the shit out of it. Mm-hmm. And then it'll go a couple of years, and then I'll find it again. And I'm like, oh, yeah, man, that's perfect. Everything about it's perfect.
Anthony Buck, what's it going to take to fix the Titans defense and make a run at the Super Bowl? Possible moves for next year and Clowney's future with the Titans. Clowney was the right move. I don't think any of us Titans fans didn't want Clowney. It was the fact that he didn't come till 1 week before training camp and was out of shape, and he played hurt the whole year. Possible moves for next year. We got Jayon Brown, Jonnu Smith, Corey Davis, so many guys that are free agents. It's going to be I don't know. It's going to be a crazy offseason. All the players that you love aren't all going to be back. Mm-hmm. And then nobody's fixing this defense. Nobody's fixing it right now because Vrabel decided to go without a defensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. So you're going to hope for the best and hope Baltimore don't put 50 on us tomorrow. The defense have always been like the calling card for the Titans. Now they've swapped and they're like one of the most historic offenses they've ever had. Mm-hmm. Defense. The opposite team should go up on first down and spike it, second down, spike it. Then get a holding penalty and a false start and go back about 10, 15 yards, then go for first down. Because we ain't stopping shit on 3rd and 17 if we're the Titans. It's terrible right now. It's terrible. So that's what makes me nervous that's the only thing that makes me nervous about the playoff game tomorrow is our defense. I'm not scared for our offense. Mm-hmm. And Alabama, Ohio State National Championship, who you got? It's kind of like gold jacket, green jacket. Who gives a shit to me? Yeah. So I ain't got anybody. Anthony Buck.
Alabama, probably.
All right, so Quentin Gass is what is OLR's plans for 2021? That's something that Lucas and I need to discuss anyway.
Yeah, we talked about it 2 weeks ago, and I don't know. Depends on how this works out, and would like to get back to doing more interviews.
Yeah.
Try to get our schedule a little bit different this year, a little bit more consistent, maybe a little bit more frequent. Get back to it if we can. It just depends on how the year's going. We like to do it, like more consistently and get back, do some more numbers. We took a lot of time off this year because there wasn't shit to do. So,
but at the same time, though, I really kicked myself because I love the interview part, and with 2 kids, 3 kids, job, farming.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, it's hard to try to get I just gave up on getting gas, and I started pissing me off as it come on because I thought every damn person in sports and music are quarantined or they're home and they're not on the road. This is the time, man, to interview. And I'm sitting there going, what? And it almost got to the point where I almost got my own separate equipment and put something at home and say, all right, Lucas, give me a dummy, a dummy 101 on this.
Yeah.
Just because I didn't want to call Lucas and say, hey, I've got somebody I want to interview, but can we do it? Because everything's here. I thought, well, at least I can knock some out individually.
Yeah.
We
could do that too, do a separate interview series, because I've got a guy that I met recently that I think would be very, very interesting to talk to, but it doesn't have anything to do with sports or music or anything.
Yeah. I'm big on the interview side, but at the same time, though, I just love coming down here and shooting shit.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't like. Sometimes I wish I didn't talk so much personal stuff about myself, but when we find old pictures and we can talk about stuff, it's still good as gold. It's just finding the more consistency, like you said. So, so that goes in his next question: gas or concerts? The gas things will come. Concerts, I don't know. It's just if you think it's hard for these famous people to put on concerts, it's sure hard for us to. Have y'all ever thought about doing a live show?
Yes, we have, but how to do it is the thing. I've watched some live podcasts, and it's a lot of guest interaction. You've got to have a venue to do it. You got to have a lot of guest interaction. So you got to have people that are loosened up, but not too loose.
Yeah.
And then, or some of the other things I've seen is you have a show ready. You have this is what we're going to do. Maybe not a comedy show. Maybe not sketches or what have you. But you got to have something ready. So I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I'd like to do it. We have talked about it. We done it after the Andrew Pope. Actually, in between these 2 concerts, we talked about doing them, and it just didn't come to fruition. And most of that would be, we're our best when we're not prepared. Really,
right?
You don't
and that's
overthink.
The thing is, this relies heavily on us just sitting around talking shit.
Yeah.
And nothing written down
which is fine.
Yeah,
it's better because it's real and it's genuine. But then you're in front of a 50 people crowd or whatever, and you're just kind of talking, and who knows whether they give a shit.
Yeah.
But you want those 50 people to be interactive.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to do, but I'm not completely opposed to it. It just have to be the right thing.
Right. What is y'all's thoughts on the trade the Mets made? And I'm guessing the only trade that I've seen or thing that the Mets have done. I'm going to say this. I'm going to throw this out there. It's crazy. I think they're really going to regret that Bobby Bonilla. Bobby Bonilla.
Yeah.
Bobby Bonilla.
Uh-huh.
There he is.
Yeah.
Been watching him since the 90s.
Yeah.
I think they're really going to regret that trade. That one they signed in 1991 where he got paid $29 million for 30 years.
Yeah.
Whatever. Because don't Google it because I don't give a shit about the Mets, and he's trolling us, and he knows he's trolling us.
Yeah.
So that's the answer he got was Bobby Bo and his lifetime deal with the MLB.
Here's my thing. I couldn't tell you whether you was bullshitting or not. I thought, fuck, he's looked something up or something.
No, Bobby Bonilla. Yeah. That's the there have been hundreds of players who've received deferred salaries over the years, but no contract is more legendary than Bonilla's. He signed a 5-year, $29 million contract in 1991, the largest in baseball history, that now pays him through 2035.
Nice.
So, Mets, it don't matter what trade you made, don't matter what transaction. For me, your second string to the Yankees.
Okay.
You're in New York, right?
Okay. I don't know.
I mean, New York Yankees, New York Mets, you can agree on that, can't you?
Okay.
There's 2 markets. But nobody cares about the Mets because it's the Yankees. There's like the Yankees. It's like Herman Springs and Salina, or vice versa, I guess, depending on where you live.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
So that's the only trade that matters in my mind to the Mets, that you made a dumbass trade or signing in 1991.
Uh-huh.
Legitimate question, he said. Who's going to win the NL East? So I would like for you to Google NL East, because I don't know which teams reside in the National League East. Maybe the Braves?
This isn't okay. All right.
Type in NL East.
This isn't me playing up anything right now. I thought, holy shit, I don't know what he's talking about. When you said NL East, I didn't know if that was
Oh yeah, see,
baseball.
that's the Mets. Is he a Mets fan? No, he's a Braves
He's a
fan.
Braves
So why
fan.
all these Mets questions? You
Yeah.
little
I do know that he's a Braves fan.
you know,
They're on a 2-game losing streak. The last 10, they're 6-4. They're ahead in the MLB East.
is baseball going on right now?
I don't know.
What month is this?
No.
It's not going on right now. That was last season.
This is last season. This says 2021 season.
Yeah, but they're not playing. It's January. They're not playing baseball.
Well, I don't know. They are. They're spring training. Oh, it's spring training.
But okay,
Saturday.
shot in the dark. Let's just go ahead and pick one. That way we're
Okay. All right. So here's the teams: the Braves, the Marlins, the Phillies, the Mets, and the Nationals.
You know, I think it's the year the Phillies come back around. They've been down for, I don't know, forever. John Kruk ain't walking through that door.
I'll just tell you, if Ken Griffey Jr. comes in shape this year, the Marlins are going to win.
Yeah. I've been watching this guy named Rick Vaughn. He's been in
Oh,
the Penal League.
yeah.
And when the Nationals signed him, I thought there's no way their ERA is going to be as high as it was this year.
Here's the thing: if they can get glasses on him, he's a monster.
Pedro Serrano
Uh-huh.
signing with the Braves. I've got to go watch him. That close to home, I'm hoping.
Mm-hmm.
Little Buddha,
Yeah.
Joe Boo.
He's wild. They've got this guy on there. It's wild. I don't know if he's Japanese or Chinese or what he is. He's wild. He breaks bats. He screams all the time.
Marbles.
Yeah, he's always messing with Jobu for some reason.
Yeah. I'd like to see Joey Cora back at shortstop for the Mets if they're going to do anything. Jay Buhner.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't recognize him the first time I seen him without the goatee.
Right.
But he's back. He's clean shaven. He's with the Yankees. So that doesn't matter for anything in this division. I just want to shout out my boy Jay Buhner. So
Yeah.
other than that, I'm sure there's a Pedro or a Martinez or a Jorge Savannah
Uh-huh.
somewhere. Maybe a Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Maybe a flying luchador named Rey Mysterio. It's going to be coming from somewhere. I don't know. I
He'll
don't
probably
know.
play for the Washington Nationals. I would bet.
So, but long story short, I'm going Phillies. I think this is the year the Phillies break out. And
I think Ken Griffey and the Marlins, it's third year.
Ken Griffey the third.
Junior.
So, yeah, shout out to NL East, man. Strong division from top to bottom, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Maybe the deepest division in baseball this year.
Yeah.
Very well could be because we don't know.
I don't know.
The Twins, nah.
That's Central Division. Here's National League. There's the Central Division, National League. The Cubs, Cardinals, Reds, Brewers, Pirates. Cubs all day in that one. Western Division, Dodgers, Padres, Giants, Rockies, Diamondbacks.
Rest in peace, Tommy Lasorda.
Who you got, Giants?
Oh no, Rockies.
No, okay. All right.
I don't think about Colorado.
I was legitimately worried whenever you started talking. I thought he's looked some shit up. I don't know. I don't know anything about this. I wasn't prepared.
Dude, we got some good ones right here.
Okay.
I'm off the questions here. All right, so we got a few more we can give decent answers to. Then we're gonna end the show with something called basically one has to go, and it's an option of 2 or 3 things, and we have to get rid of one.
Okay.
So we'll start with your last meal. If you're about to be on death row,
Mm-hmm.
and you have
What's
meal.
weird? I watched a documentary on the guy that prepared all the death row meals for this one place down in Texas the other day. Don't know why I watched that. Watched about 30 minutes of this guy that's all he did for 18 years was just make the last meals for people on death row. And he made some fried fish and fried chicken
Man.
From scratch. He made the breading from scratch, bought the fish and cut it up and breaded it and everything. I want that. I want that fish and that chicken.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's I think
It looked good fried.
when Lindsay says I'm making your favorite meal,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where she's going because it could be anything.
There's
Look at me.
I've got all kinds of favorites. It'd be harder for you to miss me than it would be.
One of our bosses at work took me out to lunch the other day. He goes, "Where do you want to go?" I said, "Look at me. I can find anything. I can find some on any menu in Cookeville."
Yeah. We can go to a food truck as far as that. I don't care.
My favorite probably is fried fish with hush puppies, baked beans, fried potatoes, and
If you
macaroni and cheese, Velveeta, because there ain't no second kind, and sweet tea, because I ain't a pussy like you.
I mean, if I'm riding the lightning tomorrow, bring that sweet tea out.
Yeah. So that's my meal probably.
Yeah. Man, if you could fry some good potatoes,
I love
cut
fried
them
potatoes.
all up and bring them out.
I love fried potatoes. I love mashed potatoes. I love French fried potatoes. I'm like the Bubba Gump.
Yeah,
of potatoes.
The Irish potato famine, fucking trick jokes on y'all. I'll eat the shit out of some potatoes.
I like your excitement because I have the same excitement for potatoes. I love them. Okay, what is your favorite TV show you've ever binged?
Oh, that I've binged?
Binge watched, yes.
I've binge watched a few of them. You can make fun of me all you want to, but screw you. The Gilmore Girls was fantastic.
Yeah, that's a question your sexuality a little bit.
Let's think of another one here. Oh man, I'm drawing a blank on the name of it. The Gilmore Girls was really good, and that's I binged that one. I don't know why it's the only one that comes to mind right now. It made such an impact on me.
I've only binge watched 5 shows.
Yeah,
I started Cobra Kai this morning.
That's so stupid.
It probably is.
If you can get past the first like 3 shows, then
I'm on episode 3.
Okay,
and it's only because so many people won't stop talking about Cobra Kai. I was like, you know what? I'll check it out.
Yeah.
So my only ones I've ever watched is Friday Night Lights.
Mm-hmm. Never watched it.
Breaking Bad, which is definitely better than Gilmore Girls. Ozark, which is better than Gilmore Girls. And
I've never watched Ozark.
Ozark's legit, man. But so Breaking Bad, and then I just finished Yellowstone in like 2 days.
Binged Yellowstone.
I watched all 3 seasons in 2 days.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I wouldn't say that I watched Breaking Bad as it come out.
Yeah,
so I didn't binge it. So I watched it a long time ago. It was fantastic. Much better than Gilmore Girls. I'll give you that.
So I think it depends on like. So I seriously
Black Mirror. Did you ever? If you've never binge watched Black Mirror,
no.
Oh goddamn, they're good.
But I guess I'll have to go with Yellowstone only because it only took me like 2, maybe 3 days to watch it.
Mm-hmm. It's good too. Boy, that ending on this last season was messed up.
You're hanging, don't it?
Yep.
So I liked Friday Night Lights, but it took me forever because I wouldn't have binge watcher back then.
I didn't like that. I don't like it.
Ozark, I watched.
Was that as good as everybody said?
Good.
Ozark's fantastic. Was it very much like Breaking Bad though?
No, there's differences.
Okay,
it's dark and there's a lot of shady stuff that goes on like Breaking Bad. So,
did you watch Narcos?
The ones that I watched are the ones I named.
Okay,
that's the only TV shows I've ever watched in existence. I've been like a series watching.
My dad binged The Ranch and he loved it.
Yeah, I just thought it's pretty generic.
I don't like Ashton Kutcher, so I didn't.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah, I don't like Ashton Kutcher as an actor.
Not in about 15 years.
I like him as like a. I like him as a talking. He's very smart. He's a very smart guy. Better Call Saul was kind of a bust. The first season of The Crown was pretty good. My wife picks most of the things we watch, and I say that.
I can tell by the Gilmore Girls selection.
My wife, I say that, but I usually like what she picks. She is watching, she's watching this show right now, Jane the Virgin. It's awful. It's awful.
I don't have time for virgins.
It's awful. Russian Doll was good. One season of Russian Doll was.
Do you have an answer?
What was the question? Is it
Gilmore Girls still?
What was the question?
The best show you've ever binge watched.
Oh,
I mean, I don't need to know every binge show. In the
I was trying to see which one.
You're trying to find something better than Gilmore Girls.
I was trying to, but I haven't found it yet.
Criminal Minds has lasted forever.
Yeah.
Gilmore Girls. Of all the shows.
Yeah. Gilmore Girls.
Most time you're the most badass masculine bunch in this equation here.
Not this time.
I give you Yellowstone, Breaking Bad, and Ozark. You say Gilmore Girls, please. Gilmore Girls for 500, please.
You know how bad it is? I've binge watched probably 30 shows. It's the only one I can remember.
That's unbelievable. So while we're on a TV show, your go-to television shows. If you sit down without the wife, without the kids, what's 3 shows you will find yourself watching?
Star Trek: The Next Generation. You know, I've watched it end to end like 6 times.
Is that from the 90s?
Yes.
Okay.
89 and 89.
I watched that when I was a kid.
Yeah. I've watched it. I've watched the entire show.
Patrick, what's his name? The bald-headed guy?
Jean-Luc Picard, and his name is went blank on it. Doesn't matter.
It's got the black guy with the little thing.
Yeah, Geordie LaForge. Yeah. I'll go to those. I'll go to Black Mirror if I'm like wanting something kind of to mess with my head a little bit, or jumping off of Netflix, going to YouTube. Sean Hot Ones with that Sean whatever.
Oh yeah,
Hot Ones.
chips.
Yeah, no, with chicken.
Oh,
they ate the chicken wings.
I got you.
Yeah, I'll watch those over and over again.
Mine would be, I like Impractical Jokers. I don't go out of my way to watch it.
Right.
But if it's on and the remote's 5 feet from me, I'll watch 2 or 3 episodes.
Right.
Before I know it, I've watched 5, and I'm thinking, how in the shit did me and my friends not come up with this concept? It's such an easy concept.
Yeah.
But it's just funny because they're so lighthearted, and it's just to make each other laugh.
Right.
2.5 Men with Charlie Sheen.
Yeah. The Charlie Sheen one.
I can't watch the Ashton Kutcher one. I'm like you. I just don't care.
Yeah.
But I could watch Charlie for days.
Ashton Kutcher's got this thing where he gets real excited and he talks kind of loud and kind of high pitched, and I hate that. I hate the hell out of that.
Yeah.
But he's so smart.
Well, that show was just so, it was on such a high when Charlie left that they couldn't just completely, sweep it under the rug. So
right.
I don't blame them for trying it.
Yeah.
It just didn't hit as well. But Family Feud, I've always watched it with Ray Combs as a kid, like with Al Borland, whatever his real name is, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Like in the original host that came back and hosted it, but I'm a Steve Harvey through and through. I just think he adds so much to that show. And that's pretty much it. I watch Pardon the Interruption. Of all the screaming ESPN shows where they have to make up fake debates so they can have good ratings or television, Pardon the Interruptions, which has been on for at least 21, 22 years now with ESPN with Tony Kornheiser and Michael Wilbon. They sit there like us, and they just talk sports, and they don't yell at each other. They don't get out of character. It's been my favorite show at ESPN.
Is that the one where the things they're going to talk about scrolls down the side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best show ESPN's had in years. Cold weather can kiss my ass. I hate it. I hate it, everything about it.
Yeah.
If everybody who's been watching me on camera thinking I was geeking out like a meth head, it's because I'm frozen here. I was frozen
It's
coming
cold
over here. It's cold everywhere. Oh my God, I hate it.
It's 20-something degrees and getting colder.
When it's 95 degrees and you're like, oh, that's too hot. Smack yourself. Because of stupid shit like this. It ain't snowing. We don't have anything beautiful. We don't have a winter wonderland to walk out there.
You know what it is? Brown and dead and gloomy.
Brown, dead, gloomy. That's why everybody gets fat in the winter.
They're sad as shit.
Just, imagine living in Alaska.
I want to go inside where the lights are on.
Sorry, guy that listens.
Yeah, sorry.
From Alaska. But move to Tennessee. It don't suck all the time. It sucks 3 months out of the year.
Yeah.
God, this is one of the 3.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the one.
January.
So far, this is the one that's really blows.
February can suck it too. We're kind of lumped in together.
Yeah.
That's why we lay around and eat potato chips. Then here comes Memorial Day, and your friends are calling to go to the lake, and you're like, oh, shit. I'm not ready.
Yeah.
I'm not ready. I'm not getting chest neck in front of you with my 265, 75, 16 Michelin hanging over the freaking belt here.
Blake Allen want to go to the lake, and him
been running,
chiseled out of granite, been running all over the damn place.
Yeah, he's got a kid on the way. We'll see if that changes anything.
Oh, yeah. Them kids come with calories. You know what I mean?
Lindsay put some on Facebook yesterday and said, birthed him for carried him around for 9 months, birthed him, had back pain from hell, offered him just look like his daddy, spit him his daddy. And I said, well, I ain't lost my baby weight from him if it makes you feel any better.
Right.
So, all right. So one of these, one has to go. Taco Bell, Burger King, McDonald's.
McDonald's can get the hell out.
If I have the caveat, I can have the fries every now and then.
That's the only
That's it.
As I was saying it, I thought, boy, they're fries, though.
Fries kick Burger King's fries ass.
Burger King's burgers, which is, it's really what you're going for. That's the main course, right?
Yeah.
You're going for the burger. Burger King slaps the hell out of all of them.
Yeah.
But holy shit, McDonald's fries, they won. They're going to win. They don't have to do anything else. That's why you can go get chicken McNuggets that are however much, but you can get a trough full of fries for like $3, and that's what
I know.
what you're going for.
But ultimately, Burger King's chicken's better.
Mm-hmm.
Their burgers are definitely better.
Yeah.
And you're not going to eliminate you're not going to eliminate Taco Bell then be stuck with Burger King and McDonald's both.
Yeah.
Because you don't have any variation.
Right.
At least you're getting tacos and burgers. McDonald's, love you fries. I loved you. I can't believe
Can't believe what I'm doing.
10-year-old me is rolling in my grave right now.
Yeah.
But McDonald's, you're out of here.
Yeah. And the other thing is McDonald's, fix your ice cream machine. Sometime. All of you. Every one of you, fix your ice cream machine.
It's horse shit.
That's horse shit.
Starting to think it's a lie.
Yeah. You know what I think? I don't think y'all want to clean the ice cream machine at the end of the night, so I don't think you're using it.
I don't want to insinuate anything.
That's what I'm not insinuating.
I just find it hard to believe that every ice cream machine in freaking America
is out all the time. They don't go all out at once, do they?
Seems a little sketchy. Do they? This is one for me, I suppose. Hank Jr., Waylon, and George Jones. Ooh.
Is this still one's got to go?
All the rest of remaining. Actually, there's a couple I missed that. Oh boy, that's tough for me. But I guess, how can I say that George Jones is the greatest country singer?
And he has to go.
But if it comes down to it, I still like Hank Jr. and Waylon's library.
I knew who you were going to pick, but I thought, damn, but he's the
possum.
He's the possum.
He's the greatest voice. I mean, you can give me Still Doing Time, and she thinks I still care. And if the drinking doesn't her memory will. Good Lord.
But here's the thing.
Choices.
If he's gone, you're who you are, who you've been turned into because of music is still there. Because of Hank Williams and Waylon.
Yeah.
But if one of the other two people are gone, who are you? Who are you?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Good question. Sometimes I question who I am anyway.
Right.
But Hank Jr. and Waylon, boy, drank a lot of cold beer to Hank Jr. and Waylon in a rowdy way. There's not a lot of George Jones songs. I just get like
rowdy.
At 6:32 on a Friday going to work and hear finally Friday. It's here again. Get my motor running
for a wild weekend.
I'm about to say, have you heard the song? I thought you were going to kick me in and give me a lyric or two. God dang. But anyway, yeah, George Jones. I got to get rid of the possum on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Snoop, Dr. Dre, or Tupac Shakur. Otherwise,
that one's
Tupac Shakur.
That one's easy. You have to get rid of Tupac because they kind of got rid of Tupac.
Yeah.
So that's kind of easy.
The thing is, they got rid of Tupac and he stayed around.
Yeah. He come back and did a damn show after they got rid of him.
Coachella, he was out there doing the hologram.
Yeah.
He had 38 albums out after he got assassinated in Vegas.
Mm-hmm. You got to get rid of Tupac.
From a talent-wise, I would have got rid of Snoop, but you can't get rid of Snoop because Snoop's like the Willie Nelson. It was funny, the parallels there, because they're both obviously the most two famous potheads, but like I didn't always love Snoop's music, but you love Snoop.
Right.
Willie Nelson saying, I don't love Willie's music, but you love Willie.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to get rid of Snoop if we're talking about, because Dr. Dre is the be-all, end-all. He's the producer.
Realistically, if you get rid of Dr. Dre, you got rid of the other two probably.
Well, not Tupac probably, because he didn't have a lot of. Tupac would have had a career without Dr. Dre.
California Love wouldn't have been there.
That's right. But we wouldn't have had, if no Dr. Dre, we would have had no NWA, we would have had no Snoop Dogg, we would have had no Warren G, we would have had no 50 Cent, no Eminem.
I think without California Love, you wouldn't have had the big crossover that Tupac had with the suburban community.
Talking about the whites.
The
privileged folk.
Yeah.
I got you.
I don't think there would have been quite the crossover.
Yeah, possibly not. Yeah, so Dr. Dre's staying.
He's got to stay.
You get rid of Tupac, I'm getting rid of Snoop.
Mm-hmm.
For you, Nirvana, Stone Temple Pilots, Soundgarden. That just piggybacked off of that earlier.
Yeah, Nirvana.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Getting rid of us. Well, I guess so.
It's just... I like I said earlier, Nirvana, I liked a few of their songs, but I never got into their albums. But, the rest of them, the other ones I did. They were all from the same area, too.
Yeah, up in Seattle.
Yeah, short of listening to Smells Like Teen Spirit, I really didn't dive into Nirvana until later.
Mm-hmm. Lucas, what do you
That's
hate more, sports or nostalgia?
Nostalgia, because I don't think about sports other than nostalgia. So, nostalgia can suck it. I don't know. I don't like looking
The
back
only
at anything.
person that I've ever known in my adult life that hates nostalgia.
You ever sit around and think, do you remember that time? I don't think about that.
I remember it.
Yeah. I don't
But we
remember.
do, though. When we're looking back at these photos of us as a kid, that's nostalgia. We're looking back at how stupid we looked, what we were wearing. That's nostalgia, whether you like it or not, and you love it. You sit here and we have the best time ever.
You know when's the last time I thought about that since then?
Right. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But don't put that black in your heart on nostalgia. Like you don't love looking back at stuff when it's presented in front of you. You laugh at it, you have a good time with it. Either that or you're the smoothest fake son of a bitch ever.
I'm sitting there looking at it, and it's funny at the time, right? I'm sitting there. I don't look at it with fondness.
Yes, you do.
Whenever I'm sitting there, I'm looking at it to make fun of it.
Okay. I
And
see.
That's the only thing. I don't look at it and think, God, man, you remember? Oh, I had on work boots and damn Jordans.
Yeah, I get it. I got
And
it.
I don't think, and then 30 minutes after the show was over, it never occurred to me again.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly believe that.
Never occurred to me again.
You wouldn't believe, like, you know how you're approached by so many people and you wonder why people are questioning why I meet so many celebrities?
Mm-hmm.
I get the same thing from you. Dude, why's Lucas hating the style? Like, dude, we're all in the same age. Like, we love looking back at that.
Yeah.
Trapper Keepers, champion jackets.
Yeah.
Big tongue Converses over the top of our tennis shoes looking like Zach Morris.
Uh-huh.
Wrestling, ball
Yeah.
games. Lucas hates it all.
I'll sit there and go, God, you remember when we had Trapper Keepers and champion jackets and the
Yeah.
Bulls jacket and all that shit? I'll sit there and do that with you. But then I just think, God damn, I hated that. I hate that right now.
What was the last time you remember this country being this divided?
I never remember it being this divided. In my life, I cannot remember it being divided like this.
It's because you're not nostalgic. Because the last time I remember it, it was 1990. The Toronto Maple Dome, the Sky Dome in Toronto, when Hulk Hogan fought the Ultimate Warrior.
First of all, Toronto's in Canada.
What'd I say?
You said in this country, which is the
Oh.
United States, and then you blasted out something from Canada. And so,
But it wasn't just in Toronto. I'll backtrack that.
okay.
You know what? The Toronto people, they can have their moment.
Mhm.
But us Hulkamaniacs
Mhm.
across the United States of America in 1990,
Yeah.
we didn't know. We didn't know what we were going to do in our lives without Hulk Hogan. The
Right.
Ultimate Warrior came through.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, this is the next guy.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can beat Hulk Hogan.
Right.
And the Ultimate Warrior did.
Mm.
How do you think us little Hulksters felt when WrestleMania 6 went off the air? I was divided.
Mm.
Because, I liked the Warrior. His music was good. He struck the ropes. He had the cool paint. He was
Mhm.
muscular. But he wasn't Hulk Hogan. And I knew he wasn't Hulk Hogan.
Right.
Vince McMahon knew he wasn't Hulk Hogan. But he put the Warrior down our throats because Hulk Hogan had to go make Mr. Nanny.
Mm. Had that movie career coming. Had to get rid of him somehow.
That was the last time I was that divided.
Had to turn on him.
Florida Georgia Line, Sam Hunt, Kane Brown seems to be you guys' favorite three musicians on the podcast.
I would believe that. We talk about those three as much as we do Tyler Childers, Sturgill Simpson, and Hank Williams Jr.
So which one you getting rid of?
I would get rid of Florida Georgia Line right off the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna say this right now because I've already admitted to being one of my favorite shows, being the Gilmore Girls. I kind of like King Brown from time to time.
You've shit on him for 84 months in a row here. You can't just retract that
Here's
statement.
the thing. I'm a hypocrite. And I know it.
Yeah.
And I admit it. And I like Kane Brown from time to time. And he's from down the road, and that makes me like him even more. And I'm keeping Kane Brown around.
We did a 20-minute segment about him getting lost in the woods
I know.
on a four-wheeler, and we made fun of him.
I get it.
Okay. I also am getting rid of Florida Georgia Line. I don't like Sam Hunt, but of the three, I think he's the most talented of the three who can write songs. And some of his songs, if they were on a pop station, I wouldn't mind as bad.
That's right. If he was in a completely different genre,
He's fine.
he's fine.
Kane Brown is so under the radar. Like I said, he don't get hated on enough. It's because he don't do enough.
Right.
I guess there's a place for him on those shows, but
Mhm.
I don't see him enough. Damn, fuck.
Mm-hmm. You may restart that. But just go ahead and finish.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
this don't matter.
Yeah.
The last sentence don't matter.
Yeah.
Florida Georgia Line is the OG of this crap. Like
Yeah.
Luke Bryan kind of is, but Florida Georgia Line, boom, took it to another level.
Mm-hmm.
They brought us in with that one song cruise that was likable enough, right?
Enough.
Enough. And then boom,
Mm-hmm.
automatic like a free throw. No, I love it.
Yeah.
All of it. You kick rocks. The best thing I saw in 2020 was the rumored breakup of Florida Georgia Line because them and their spouses unfollowed each other on the gram. But then they said it's fake news. They're coming back together stronger than ever 2021. Hope it's not true. Prayed against it.
It doesn't matter. There's only one that sings anyway. It's not like that's a damn duo. It's one guy that's got all the talent and the other guy that they let stand on stage with him.
So we agree on that.
Yeah.
It's witch's titty.
It's colder than a witch's tit.
That's the term, right?
This. It's colder than a witch's tit.
I think my toes are numb. Hypothermia real in Tennessee?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Well, listen, guys.
Here's the thing is I'm not that cold, realistically.
I'm such a pussy. I am. My dad sits around. It's genetics.
Mm.
My dad used to sit around all the time when we'd be like just like sweating, right?
Mm-hmm.
He'd be over there in coveralls and a flannel jacket and a big boggin tucked over his ears. We're like, Rick, take some of those clothes off, man. Now it's me.
Mm-hmm.
I sit around my house.
I'm cold blooded anyway, so it doesn't bother me.
You are cold blooded, Rick James. This is a tough one. This is the toughest one.
Toughest one.
And I don't know that I've got an answer for this.
Okay.
Why in the hell's my notes? Wedding Crashers, Old School, and Talladega Nights.
Get rid of one of them.
Yep. That's the game.
Old School, Wedding Crashers,
Talladega
Nights. I would get Old School. I would get rid of Old School.
You're wrong.
No, I'm not. And here's why. Because it's been so long now that I can hardly remember any of it.
Wow.
Yeah, I can hardly remember any of it now.
Frank the Tank. I don't have time. We got a big day planned tomorrow. Bed Bath and Beyond. I don't know if we'll have time. And once it touch your lips, it's so good. My boy Blue. I'll get it out in a minute.
Give him time. He'll get it.
There's so much good to Old School. And I
don't remember it.
I get that. God,
but
man.
Nostalgia. I don't remember it.
Step Brothers couldn't even be in the conversation. I'm glad that wasn't even thrown in there because Step Brothers is too good. Because I will drop that mother. Do you touch my drum set? Did we come to as friends? More room for activities. There's so many quotes out of that movie. Those Step Brothers. It came to. I guess if it come down to me, the Wedding Crash is just so solid, man.
It's good. It's such a good movie.
It's such a bad storyline because you're gonna know if weddings. I know the weddings they were going to.
Right.
I know weddings get pretty extravagant.
Yeah.
But for the most part,
you're gonna know everybody.
If there's two random cats.
Yeah.
Finger banging everybody that's there.
Yeah.
You're gonna eventually.
You know it. People go, who are they with? But if they've done the research, and you stay away from the main group, maybe they.
But they weren't though. As they got into it, they were doing keg stands and not keg stands.
Mazel tov. Yeah, they're right in the middle of it.
But damn, man, that gave us the segment with Will Ferrell where he goes funeral crashing. Mom, the meatloaf.
Yeah.
Never know what she's doing. That's the favorite.
That's my favorite.
I love it because it's you.
Yeah.
I see you do it.
Yeah.
I've seen you. I love it. Talladega Nights though.
That's so good.
The
I'm about to come at you like a spider monkey.
The whole thing about Chip at the dinner table.
Yeah.
It's the best scene ever.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
Oh, it's so good.
But then he goes.
You ain't first, you're last.
It's stupid.
That's stupid.
I was high when I said that. I was high when I said that. Ricky, shit. But it doesn't even makes that with Borat. At the end.
Yeah.
That's where I'm getting rid of Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
Because he makes that with Borat at the end. You're a solid movie. Don't you put that hate on me, Ricky Bob. That's the hate I didn't want. I didn't want you making that with Borat on the NASCAR track.
Why'd you do it?
It's a slap in the face. Borat and Ricky Bobby making out, tongue tonsil.
Whenever they're in there and the girls, I can't even think of her name right now. She's a fantastic actress. She's crawling across the stage or crawling across the table, and he's going.
I'm harder than a diamond in an ice storm right now.
Yeah.
When's the last time you've been harder than a diamond in an ice storm? Been a minute, and
it's been a while.
I damn near got harder than a diamond in an ice storm watching an old girl crawling across the table.
Why
with Ricky
wouldn't
Bobby.
you? Why wouldn't you? Red coming across the table. Here it is.
But I was watching a White Snake video from 1988 all over again.
Was that Tawny Katane?
I don't think it was.
I don't think it was. Who knows?
But Talladega Nights.
I don't
gone.
know.
Talladega Nights gone.
I can.
Just because of the makeout scene.
Yeah, I just don't remember old school. Don't remember it.
Can you watch it?
I'll try.
Yeah,
I'll try to watch it.
Please do. So that brings us to the end of this edition.
Yeah.
I did get my NBA Jam machine.
Ah.
I finally got it.
Yeah.
You know, nostalgia and all.
Yeah. Did you have to buy it for yourself, or did you get it for a present?
I waited because, that's what responsible fathers do throughout the year. They don't go spend money on themselves. Like from August to September on, I'd buy myself a little something. But you got to worry about them kids and that wife, parents, whoever.
Somebody
somebody other
needs a
than
present.
you.
Yeah.
And so, I waited till a few days after Christmas. Thought somebody might pitch in and get it for me.
Didn't.
I didn't. I went and got it, man. Boom shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka.
He's on fire. Remember all that nostalgia?
Uh-huh. What was the Flying Frenchman? Or Flying Dutchman? What was it? The one where you could there was a series of buttons you could hit and dunk from anywhere on the court.
Oh, that's so good. I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah. There's a series of buttons that you can hit and dunk from like corner to.
Bayless is just effing stuff up though. He's out there. He don't even know he's winning. Stone cold killer.
Really?
Like I'm just out there try hard. Like the kids say, I'm try hard. I'm out there hitting buttons all over the place. He just launching them from the other end of the court and
going in.
You know how that bullshit. You know how NBA Jam always do that to you.
Yeah.
Down 3 points, 1.8 left, and you underhand throw it, toss it with John Stockton, and it goes in.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end, he'll be like, "What's that score? What's that one?" You beat me.
Yeah, you won.
He legit beat me.
Really?
Like 2 out of the first 3 times we played.
Uh-huh.
But I smoked that ass today.
Yeah.
Put him to bed.
Yeah.
Seriously. Started crying. I said, son, you know what?
Good job. You beat a 3-year-old at 4-year-old.
Well, he's a 50-month-old.
He's 50 months old now.
Another hit from our segment last week. So, hey, we appreciate you guys listening. You got anything else?
All I got to say is fuck you, Ronnie Dunn.
You know. You ain't shit without Kix Brooks.
That's all I got to say.
Good talk. See you guys on that camera.
Hey, thanks everybody. Love you.
I hope y'all sitting home listening, laughing, looking as good as us. Plus size models and our pretty ass vests.
Hey,
look at his
vest life, best life.
You know. That's how I feel about it.
Peace out. Love you. Forgot y'all were over there.
I didn't care to start with.